In the near future, an environmental catastrophe compels the human species to evacuate Earth in pursuit of a new home outside the solar system. The exodus comes to an end when humanity settles on a new pure world known as Nova Prime. 1,000 years later, the Skrell, a race of aliens that sought to rule Nova Prime, clash with the Ranger Corps, a group dedicated to maintaining peace and led by General Cypher Raige. The Ursas are a race of enormous predators that hunt by sensing fear, and they are their secret weapon. The Rangers struggle with the Ursas until Cypher masters the ghosting method of entirely suppressing his fear. He leads the Ranger Corps to the victory after sharing this knowledge to the other Rangers. Kitai Raige, Cypher's son, blames himself for his sister Senshi's murder at the hands of an Ursa. Kitai works hard to become a Ranger like Cypher because he doesn't want to disappoint his father again as a result of her passing. Due to his recklessness, Cypher rejects his application for the Ranger Corps, and he is seen as a disappointment by Cypher. Faya, Kitai's mother, persuades Cypher to go with Kitai on his final expedition before retiring. Father and son begin to get along on the journey after being forced together by the assignment. However, an asteroid shower catches their spacecraft, forcing them to crash land on Earth, which is now a Class 1 quarantine planet. The primary emergency beacon has been damaged, and Cypher's legs are broken on both sides. Kitai is given the task by Cypher to find the ship's broken off tail part. The backup beacon is there for them to use to contact Nova Prime. Kitai is given a wrist communicator, 6 oxygen capsules, and Cypher's Ranger weapon because human lungs can no longer survive Earth's air. Cypher warns him to stay away from the planet's warming and its altered animal and plant life, which have both changed since humans departed. As he goes, Cypher tells Kitai to use the communicator to locate the tail section. After defying Cypher's instructions in an attempt to flee, Kitai is subsequently ambushed by enormous baboons and suffers a poisonous leech bite. Despite administering an antidote effectively, Kitai's nervous system shuts down for hours and 2 of his oxygen capsules are destroyed. Kitai barely escapes one of the planet's thermal shifts when he awakens, and when he realizes that his capsules are damaged, he tells Cypher lies. That night, Kitai hears Cypher tell him a story about being attacked by an Ursa and learning that fear is just an illusion built on by one's thoughts of the future. To avoid letting his adversaries, fear and the Ursas, decide his fate, he began to ghost himself away from them. As a result, he decided to choose life over death. The next day, Kitai reaches the top of a mountain, and Cypher discovers Kitai's broken oxygen capsules. Kitai is ordered to terminate his mission after concluding that he will not have enough oxygen. Kitai blames Senshi's death on Cypher, who was away from Nova Prime the day they were attacked, because he believes his father still sees him as a disappointment. Kitai skydives from the mountaintop to prove his father wrong, but is grabbed by a huge condor, who ruins his forearm/wrist communicator in the process. The condor takes Kitai, but when lions attack the nest, the condor forces Kitai leave. While he continues his voyage by utilizing a makeshift raft, Kitai has a dream about his sister. Senshi assures him that Cypher's anger is just a byproduct of his own wrath for failing to save her. When Kitai wakes up, another temperature change startles him, he loses Cypher's weapon, and he is on the verge of going into hypothermia. Kitai is fortunately saved by the condor, which sacrifices its life to save him. Kitai takes the emergency beacon, a second communicator, a new weapon, and extra oxygen capsules when he reaches the tail section. Cypher is the only one who can see and hear Kitai through the communicator. Kitai is unable to hear him. Kitai is shocked to learn that an Ursa was on board the spacecraft instructing the cadets in how to ghost themselves. The other crew members were murdered when the beast escaped during the collision. When the emergency beacon stops working, Cypher realizes that the atmosphere is obscuring the signal and that Kitai must move to a higher location. Kitai travels to a nearby volcano where he may launch the beacon but is wounded and assaulted by the Ursa. Kitai manages to overcome his fear and ghost himself from the Ursa long enough to kill it with his weapon by remembering both Cypher's advice to concentrate on the now rather than the end result, as well as the encouraging words Senshi spoke in his dream. A rescue mission to bring them back to Nova Prime is dispatched shortly after Kitai launches the beacon.